Welcome everyone for another episode of Bursa Secrets Live, right? Bursa Secrets Show. And in this show today, we have the privilege of inviting the MD of the subsidiary of Ni Hsin Group, right? Mr. Koo, to be here with us. Later, we will bring him on board. This company is very interesting, right? Because many of us have probably seen or used their product before, right? Buffalo Kitchenware. Later, you find out more from the company subsidiary MD himself. But before I go on, right, type in hi if you can hear us well, or you have seen this share somewhere. You have seen people talking about the share. It's something very interesting to you. Type in one if this share has come into radar recently, right? I remember when we first look at this company, the share price was only about 24-25 cents. But after people start to find out more about this company, the share price has recently started to go up further. So that's why I think it's a very interesting share and a very interesting company to look at. So let's figure out this company, right? Irene has heard of it, right? Let's figure out this company and whether this company, what's interesting, why is the share price moving, and what's ahead of it. How is it doing in this current economy? Wow, actually quite a lot of people heard of this company. Irene heard of it, right? From Facebook. Ronnie heard of it. Belinda also heard of it. Hi, Eddie. Hi, Sue. Hi, Ronnie. Hi, Kevin. So can everybody type in good evening, Mr. Tan and Mr. Koo. Type in good evening, Mr. Tan and Mr. Koo. So right now, I would like to invite Yap Singh as our moderator, one of our moderator, to share what today's sharing will be all about. Yap Singh, over to you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Hi, welcome to join today one of very interesting company called Ni Hsin Resources Berhad. Today is very special. It's not because tomorrow is holiday. Today is a time for you to learn something very interesting. No doubt, those people who invest in the Ni Hsin before know about the companies. It's a good manufacturer for like cookware, Clad metal, as well as Convex mirror. Probably you may not know about this. When you go home, you interview your wife, your mother, your daughter. They say, "Hey, darling, what kind of cooking pot are you using?" They start tell you, "Hey, I'm using this Wonder Chef pot. I'm using this cookware from the Buffalo." Oh, then from there he linked that actually the company is an OEM manufacturer for quite a number of popular brands in the market since like early 90s. It's almost like 30 years old. We have not only the know-how but can do very well. This is the first part of the story. The main MD of the company, Mr. Koo, will share with us. Subsequently, we'll run a very short advertisement, something about the year of bull. After end of last Chinese New Year, the new Chinese New Year will be a tulip called bull. This, we're going to talk about bioenergy coffee. Mr. Koo will share with you Bison coffee. Bison itself is a bull, a super bull. With the New Year and the Super Bowl give extra energy. And the last part of the presentation, we will talk about the company will call for the right issue, not ordinary share, right issue of redeemable convertible preference share, or maybe in short form, people like to say PA. It's the preference share number one. How could the investor can benefit from the PA and some of the interesting feature about that. That is the highlight of the whole day. At the end of the day, we'll start with the Q&A. Please feel free to ask as many questions as you wish. The more questions you ask, the more you learn, the better you are in making an informed investment decision. Only the wise people who make a good decision always have a good chance to have a good capital gain in the market. At the end of the day, we are not here to give any buy or sell recommendation, but you are here to share with you everything you wish and you want to learn about from the senior management team. Therefore, an informed investment decision can be made and the whole share market can be more efficient. I think with this main take, I would like to hand over to you in order to invite the MD to run the first part of presentation. Main take, hand over back to you.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Singh. And exactly that, right? Is to help you make more better informed decision by getting the information directly from Mr. Koo, our very end of Nishin. So Mr. Koo, in past, maybe you can make some opening remarks to start your presentation.
Hi, hi everyone. Good
Hi.
evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are staying at home, stay safe, stay healthy. Can can hear me, all of you?
Yep, we can hear you. You can start now.
Shall we start? Minh Thích or Tan?
Yep. So we have shared the screen. The screen is up.
Okay. So welcome to Ni Hsin's corporate presentation and updates. My name is Koo Chi Kong and I'm the Managing Director of Ni Hsin subsidiaries. First and foremost, I would like to thank you for taking your precious time to listen to this corporate presentation. I have something interesting to share with you on Ni Hsin new business. Let me start off with a brief overview of Ni Hsin's core business. Ni Hsin was founded way back in 1950s by the Taiwanese. They came to Malaysia in the 80s when our former Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad promoted Malaysia as the preferred investment destination in Southeast Asia. Ni Hsin's business in Malaysia started in 1989 as a premium multiply stainless steel cookware company, and later it expanded its business to manufacturing of stainless steel clad metal and stainless steel convex mirror. The group provides original equipment manufacturing, that is OEM, and original design manufacturing, that is ODM services. In late 2017, I was appointed the MD of Ni Hsin's operating companies to spearhead its business and to bring Ni Hsin to greater heights. In 2019, I undertook a corporate identity program to change Ni Hsin's image and outlook to reflect a vigorous and dynamic corporation. This new logo resembles the rising sun, which is what our name Ni Hsin means in Japanese language. Our manufacturing facilities are located in Sri Kembangan, Selangor, sitting on a 4.5 acres of freehold land. Entering the decade in 2020, the group has repositioned our business mission to expand our horizon with a new image, a renewed vigor and dynamism. The 5 bands represent the 5 continents that our company aspires to reach out to the conduct of our business, hence our motto, your global partner. As you can see, this logo has got 5 bands, and the color actually from light to darker color, that means it represents the rising sun. Ni Hsin has 7 wholly owned subsidiaries and 1 sub-subsidiary. They are Ni Hsin Corporation Sdn Bhd, Steel Evergrow Advanced Materials Sdn Bhd, Steelcraft Europa, that's our Italy office, Pentoli Sdn Bhd, which owns a brand selling our own homegrown brand. Ni Hsin Marketing Sdn Bhd is a marketing arm of Ni Hsin to distribute some of our cookware product as well as other products. Ni Hsin Marketing Hong Kong is still dormant because of the lockdown. We are unable to open the bank account to start operation there. Now, the new division just set up last year is called Ni Hsin Food and Beverages Sdn Bhd, with a subsidiary called Black Bison Sdn Bhd, which I will share later. The group is principally involved in 3 core businesses. That is manufacturing of premium multiply stainless steel cookware, which I will talk to you later and explain, manufacture of clad metals, manufacture of stainless steel convex mirror. Our stainless steel cookware is of the highest quality. You know, I'm sure everyone has heard of Buffalo. Maybe 10 years from now, you bought the Buffalo cookware. Until today, probably it's still around with good quality. Therefore, we actually produce a very high quality multiply stainless steel cookware. We manufacture premium quality multiply stainless steel cookware, and we also provide OEM services to big brands in Japan, such as Asahi, Jojo Roshi, Wonder Chef, and others. We are the only manufacturer in Malaysia that produces multiply stainless steel inner rice bowl that is patented. You know, a lot of rice cooker, the inner rice bowl is always made of aluminum, which is very bad for health. And we have come, because of our technology, we have produced a multiply stainless steel inner rice bowl. This is patented. If you go to any of the departmental store, you buy a rice cooker, if the inner rice pot must be Ni Hsin brand. Our biggest customer in Malaysia are King and Buffalo. These are some of the products of a premium quality multiply stainless steel cookware product. I do not want to spend too much time. You can always visit our website to find out more details, or you request for the slides. Probably you can understand more, and you want to order any of this product, go to our website. We can give you special discount. Next. Apart from all this stainless steel cookware product, we also produce this pressure cooker. This pressure cooker is something very special. We produce very high quality pressure cooker with all the safety features in place. Our major customer is Wonder Chef from Japan. We export a lot of this pressure cooker, stainless steel pressure cooker to Japan, and we are one of the biggest supplier of commercial pressure cooker to Japan and in Japan. Our pressure cooker conforms to international safety standards and is certified by the Japanese Household Product Quality Examination Authority with SG, IH, and SG certificates. You know, if you can supply to Japan, that shows that the company Ni Hsin is of very good quality. And we can supply anything to Japan, we can supply anything to any part of the world. The second core business is Clad Metals. This Clad Metals business is carried out by Evergrow. Evergrow is a 100% wholly owned subsidiary of Ni Hsin Resources Berhad. Our Clad Metals range from 2-ply to 7-ply and are used by cookware manufacturers overseas, namely Japan, China, Taiwan, Thailand, and some European countries. Some of these big names in Thailand, people like Zebra, they also buy from us because of our quality. In this region, Southeast Asia, we are only clad metal or stainless steel clad metal manufacturer. We are positioned as a replacement supplier to European and US clad manufacturers. One of our major customers is D. Meyer in Europe. D. Meyer is a very big cookware company in Europe, and they also in this Asian region. We have an office in Italy under the name of Steel Crafts Europa. This office is in Milan, and this company does all the marketing in Europe, and it supplies our clad metal and convex mirror to Europe and US market. The next core product is stainless steel convex mirror. This stainless steel convex mirror, we are the largest manufacturer in the world. We can claim that we are the largest and biggest because there are a few more smaller ones, one in Japan, one in Taiwan, and one in Korea, but they are quite small. We export to more than 50 countries worldwide, and our biggest markets are in Japan and Korea because both these countries have implemented road safety regulation. You know, you see on the roadside all the safety mirrors at junctions, at basement, and so-called those dead corners. If you see this orange type of round mirror is actually made of stainless steel, but some made of acrylic, some made of plastic. But of course, now with high quality, it's made of stainless. I'm sure those acrylic you can see sometimes. This convex mirror, how come so blur one? And then instead of right safety, become unsafe. So we can come up with stainless steel convex mirror with very high technology of polishing. We polish stainless steel become a mirror. It is not glass, but it's made of stainless steel product. The other product, I'm sure you have actually seen that in the website a few years ago. We actually launched this grains rice a grains rice cooker which reduced starch content by almost 40%. This product we couldn't launch. We're not doing so well because it's quite expensive and not many people are prepared to pay. We are retailing this rice cooker at something close to 300,000 ringgit, but we are still selling. And we have been appointed by the originator. We are the exclusive distributor for Malaysia, China, and Southeast Asia. We also have tied up with Wonder Chef of Japan to market this IH Magic Rice Cooker for Southeast Asia region. What is so magic about this rice cooker? This magic rice cooker can cook rice in various forms: soft, firm, even crusty, like clay pot chicken rice. You can also boil soup or make taufa. This magic rice cooker, please visit our website. I'll give you very good discount. Once you have this rice cooker, I think especially women, you're married, with this rice cooker, I'm sure you can cook very beautiful, very delicious rice for your husband. Other product which we market under Ni Hsin marketing, this is a product which we have launched during the lockdown, the MCO period and RMCO or CMCO sometime in May 2020. This is a fabric facial mask to protect people from contacting virus and bacteria. This product is basically manufactured by our associate company called Kelly, based in Teluk Intan. And because of so much competition, this business did not so encouraging and did not actually generate a lot of business for our group. Because there are many competitors outside. Given Ni Hsin's long history of manufacturing of stainless steel products, our main competitive advantage are as follows. That is, we are a public listed company with proven track record. We have so many years of doing this stainless steel product. We are a one-stop integrated manufacturing operation. We are also a global export with proven export capability. We are ISO, SGIH certified. We have diversified products, that is cookware, Convex mineral, Clad metal. We also manufacture this water filter casing made of stainless steel. We continuously innovate new product. We are ODM, OEM manufacturer. We also provide a lot of designing services and support. We also contract manufacture for global brands. So these are all the advantages, and that's why until today, our Japanese customers, the big brands, they are still with us and they're still giving us orders for so many years. Now, as I said, that we are basically export oriented. We export to many countries. Our major customers are basically from Japan, Korea, and European countries. One of these big brands is Jojo Roshi, Yoshino's, and Tokado, Wonder Chef. These are the major brands from Japan. The local brands is Kin, Buffalo, and we also export to Singapore called Songcho. These are the brands. These are few brands that we supply. Of course, there are more which I did not list down. Okay. So, Mr. Tan, I've covered on our three core businesses. The next stage is basically the next slide will be on our new business. Probably you can take over, Mr. Tan.
You need to run the advertisement before he continue with the bread bison.
Subtle. Quiet. And being powerful. A beast which historically roamed the vast plains of North America. Black Bison. Unleashing the power of Bison.
Mr. Koo, you are welcome to put back the slide for the other part of very interesting story, the Black Bison coffee, first and the only bioenergy coffee in the world. Your show time again. Ming Tae, you need to unmute his mic. While we're waiting for the Madam Ng to help to put out the slide, so I hope the first part of the story will let you learn more about cookware. The cookware is something that you will need to have it in your kitchen every day. So nowadays, stay at home and cook at home, sleep at home, drink at home. Now is the time to drink coffee at home. Mr. Koo, over to you.
You need to unmute your mic, Mr. Koo.
Ming Tae, you unmute for him.
I think need to unmute from Mr. Koo's side.
Okay, Madam Ng, can you please unmute the mic on your laptop? Your laptop there, unmute.
Okay, can you hear?
Yep.
All right. So now let me share with you an interesting story of the new division. Most of you must be wondering why Ni Hsin out of blue diversify into F&B business. As you are aware that F&B business is a very lucrative business, and yet it's also a very competitive business unless you do it right. That is to be different from the other players. Therefore, we have came up with a fantastic products coupled with an attractive business model. This business idea was mooted during the COVID-19 pandemic. Because of the shift in consumer preference for health and wellness F&B products, we have decided to venture into this business, specifically in portion beverages with bioenergy and nutrition variants, i.e. energy coffee and nutrition coffee. This new business is expected to kickstart sometime in March 2021, but of course subject to MCO. Black Bison, charging your life. What is Black Bison? Everybody is wondering, what's Black Bison? Black Bison is a dynamic energy coffee in capsule. And Black Bison is from Wyoming, USA. Our story actually begins from the sprawling wild plains of Wyoming, USA. This bison, this beast, which historically roamed the vast plains of North America. Bison is a subtle, quiet, and yet powerful beast, soaking in the values of bison being magnificent, rigorous, but calm in its mannerism, leads to the creation of an exquisite coffee called Black Bison, an ultimate brew of coffee concoction packed with energy, nutrition, and pleasure. With our strong R&D team, we source our coffee bean from the world's best and leading growers of coffee beans, i.e. Brazil and Colombia. We choose only the best and the most desired coffee bean in the world, that is Arabica beans. Black Bison coffee was created through rigorous research and experiments to bring out the best of Arabica beans infused with plant-based bioactive ingredients to bring forth wellness that backed by clinical studies. As a matter of fact, for information, we have tied up with some renowned universities and laboratories to back up our claim. We have done a lot of clinical studies which is still ongoing. This ingredient is called bioenergy ribose, which is patented in USA. Apart from energy coffee, we also produce nutritional coffee in capsule. We are the first producer of energy and nutritional coffee in a capsule in the world. We are going to patent this product and in the process of submitting to the authority to patent this first energy and nutritional coffee in a capsule. This nutritional coffee consists of acai berries and some other berries extract from Latin America. In addition to the energy and nutritional coffee, we also produce 100% Arabica coffee for your ultimate coffee drinking pleasure. This Arabica, 100% Arabica coffee for those who do not want to drink energy coffee and nutritional coffee. They just want to stick to the original coffee. So we also manufactures and produces this original coffee for this segment of customers. These are our three main products. For your information, we are also developing other products such as chocolate, special cocoa from Latin America, and also wheat creamer. Our Black Bison coffee machines are OEM from a reputable manufacturer. We have tested the machine many times, and we will give you one of the best ultimate pressure coffee drinking experience in a fast-paced world. We are not only selling coffee machines. We don't sell coffee machines. We are giving you free of charge, provided, of course, that you consume a monthly minimum of coffee capsule. The details we will let you know more when we about to launch or during our launching time. The idea of a coffee capsule machine completes the equation. With this pandemic with the stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home lifestyle being the new normal, our Black Bison Energy and Nutrition Coffee made with our Black Bison coffee machine hits home, hits anywhere, hits everywhere. You can now have a wellness coffee at the press of a button, and you brew a very exquisite coffee for you, for your family members as well. Our tagline is actually cafe at home, at office, at anywhere. Now, you wonder what is cafe at anywhere? This is going to be a more interesting business model which we are coming up, but I will only share with you this at a later stage because it is still in the planning stage. When I hit this is going to be the first of this business model in the world. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, Black Bison is coming to town. Look out for Black Bison. It's going to charge your life every day and anytime. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. Tan. We're back to you, and thank you, Ming Teck. You can take over now.
Yeah, hey, thank you very much. A very good presentation from Mr. Khoo. Ming Teck, I do need help you to unmute Mr. Khoo mic. I do need you to help me to put out the presentation slide for the RCPS. Today is the day that...
Yep, so I'll unmute Mr. Khoo for now. Let me ask a few questions first. So it's very interesting. I see that Ni Hsin actually has more business than just the cookware that we all know and the Clad metals. And I'm also aware that you are very well known for the cookware and Clad metal business. One thing that is very interesting is based on the latest financial result, actually both the cookware and Clad metals are not doing so well in terms of profitability, whereas it's a convex mirror that is very profitable. So, Mr. Khoo, maybe you can share with us before we talk about even the new business, which is very interesting. Maybe you can share with us what are the challenges and the prospects of this business, the legacy business, the Convex, as well as the cookware, and do you see the potential to continue to grow them, or is no longer the focus?
Okay, now obviously you look at the results, nothing to shout about. You know, I came in 2017, and these two businesses they are very competitive business, especially cookware. China produces very cheap cookware with also good quality, and as you know that there are so many big brands outside with long history and strong branding, but we are OEM players. And there are also many OEM players in China that OEM for the big brands. Internationally, we are a small player, and it is also quite tough to compete with big boys. But you see, we do not have the advantage of economic scale. Like, for example, in China, they have big factories, they produce big volume because of the domestic market. Therefore, they can sell cheap. And in Asian market, except for Japan, repeat sales are low, coupled with the fact that our products are of very good quality and highly durable. But because Japan, we have been exporting to Japan for more than 10 years. Once you export to Japan, this Japanese customer will stick with you forever, provided that your quality and your standards meet up to their standards. So cookware is going to be the norm for us. I don't foresee a spectacular growth, but it's going to be quite steady. We try to improve our margin by reducing cost cutting, and be more efficient. Last year, 2019, I have in fact, 2018, I started to do cost cutting measures, to implement austerity measures. Therefore, we still bleed because we don't have big businesses or big orders, except for some Japanese customers. Buffalo brand used to give us a lot of business since 2000, many years ago, but their business was badly affected because of stiff competition from the China players, and therefore we OEM for them. Therefore, our sales also affected. But however, moving forward, last year, I was surprised, 2020, Buffalo business has picked up in the US market, not in Malaysian market, in US and Taiwan market. And this also helps us to improve our sales. Moving forward this year, Buffalo business also, they are doing well, and they have given us orders up to middle of this year. So we foresee that the cookware business is going to be quite stable. Of course, our biggest export market is Japan. With all these stringent quality and safety measures put in place, we do not use inferior quality raw materials. We use Japanese raw material, Japanese stainless steel raw material. Therefore, we're still able to export our product to Japan. It's because of this high quality, we always emphasize in quality. We are unable to compete with the China players. China's stainless steel is, I think, 1/3 of the Japanese stainless steel product, and the stainless steel raw material. So that's why China, they are able to compete with a lot of players. However, we will capitalize on our synergistic operation, as I said, in the manufacturing of raw material, because of our own in-house multiplied Clad metals with a lot of cost savings, and also some strategic partnership with all these OEM players. We will try to mitigate the risk of competition. We will, of course, always ensure the best quality, and we try to innovate. So moving forward, cookware will not be that spectacular unless we have big orders from our current customers, which we do not foresee is forthcoming, except Buffalo. Buffalo is expanding quite fast in US, and probably that will help our top line and bottom line. Coming to the Clad metals. Clad metals is again a very, very stiff competition. See, Clad metals, we actually set up this Clad metal division it was to support our own in-house cookware division. But because of there's no e-commerce scale, our cookware division, the business goes down. So we have excess capacity. That's the reason why we also try to export this product to other countries. But we are unable to compete with the Korean. The Korean, they are very competitive, and also they produce very high quality of Clad metals. But however, we still have some loyal customer from Japan, which is Miyazaki, Homa, and these are the players, and also Mitsubishi. They're still buying from us. With the cookware, if we manage to expand our cookware or increase our top line of the cookware, our Clad metal business will improve. So we will also continue to seek new customers, broaden our product range, and develop more to open to new markets, like, for example, Indonesia. I hope that this will actually help us to break even, at least break even, or maybe turn profitable. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Mr. Koo. So I see there are some questions from the floor regarding the method of selling the coffee. This is very interesting. Let's move to asking about how do you intend, right, to market your Bison coffee? Because going into food and beverage business, if you are successful, can be very profitable, or if you become a sole coffee manufacturer and brand owner. But it's a new business for you. So, what is the plan, or what's the strategy that you're going to use to bring out your product? Maybe through MLM or through conventional selling through supermarket? Is it by doing creative way like leasing out coffee machine and charging very little for the coffee subscription business? So, what is the strategy here?
So to answer the question, of course, as I said that in F&B, it can be very lucrative. It can also be a very tough business. So in order to overcome this, you must be different. We have actually crafted a niche market. We are coming in differently to go into this business. Now, number one, our unique selling point is the energy coffee, the nutritional coffee in capsule. This is the first of its kind of its type in the world. So now this is something different from the rest of the coffee that you can see, the 3-in-1 coffee, the Tonka Ali coffee, or whatever coffee you name it, or they are all ordinary coffee with ginseng or whatever. But ours is a really patented and proven energy coffee in a capsule. We are different from our existing customers. Some of them, of course, sell machines and then you buy a capsule. Some of them, of course, goes on rental. Some, of course, is go on. Free of charge. You only pay RM1 and you consume the capsule. But for our business model, I do not want to share too much because it's still trade secret. I can say that our business model is something very exciting and interesting. Of course, one of which is actually we have applied to the Ministry of Domestic Trade to apply for a direct selling license, which we expect to receive the license sometime in March. From there, we will launch our product via direct selling method, but not those really like multi-level, but it's different. We need a direct selling license because we are going to dealerships, sub-dealerships, and so on and so forth. Now, we are different from many other players. Ni Hsin has got its own network. We have dealers. We have our customers. They have synergy with F&B business because some of our dealers, they are basically involved in cookware, and their customer base are all who actually cooks and also maybe tag along to sell coffee. So we have dealers, we have sub-dealers, and also have brand partners. I cannot share with too much. We have big brands going to tie with us as brand partners to promote and to market our product. We also received many inquiries already from our international customers that would like to take license from us. I won't say license, maybe when I have a franchise license, then I will sell franchise to my customers in overseas. As you trace my track record, I think I'm the first so-called homegrown franchisor in Malaysia in the late 1990s. So I know how franchising works, and franchising is the best method of diversifying your business and to move your business somehow. So I do not want to share too much, otherwise there are a lot of trade secrets will be revealed. Watch out for our Black Bison. We're going to launch sometime in March. Of course, subject to MCO. It depends on whether we are still locked down or not. Bear with me. I will share with you more. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Koo shared with us something very interesting that he wished to talk as much as possible. At the same time, he also bound by. He need to protect the trade secret company, but should the MCO is not going to be like take too long, the company in fact plan to launch the Bread Bison coffee in March of this year 2021. Watch out, the bull is come to the dark. The Bread Bison is on the way. Now we need to talk about the PA or RCPS. Katie, I do need you to put out the slide. Please put out the slide. Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Yap Seng, the investor relation consultant appointed by the company. For this part of the performance, I would just to share with everyone that in order to launch this product, we need some funding. Despite the company have very good balance sheet, when you take a look the presentation slide. By the way, the presentation slide we have sent to all of you. Should you don't have presentation slide, Mingtek will post on his Facebook, Telegram. Then you can download from there. You have both two slides. For the balance sheet, you can see that very strong balance sheet. The current ratio is about 7 to 8 times, and the company in the net cash position. We have the bank loan about 3 million, cash about 17 million, in a net cash position about 14 million. Despite the company have a cash position, we wish to raise a little bit of money for the equity market in order to have more investors to participate. The raising of the money from all the investors is not via ordinary share. Currently, the company have about 315 million of ordinary share. We raise by using the redeemable convertible preference share, or a simple word we call it PA. Are we going to raise like some way like 1 ringgit? The answer no, 1 cent. What is 1 cent? 1 cent is equal to 10 ringgit. The ratio is 2 for 1. If you own 1 mother share of Ni Hsin, you will entitled to subscribe for 2 PA. So each PA is 1 cent, 2 PA is 2 cents, equal to 20 ringgit. Probably 20 ringgit, you buy 1 cup of Starbucks, maybe you still can exchange back another 5 ringgit. Okay. When you subscribe for 1 cent, we need to fix the conversion price. What does it mean? The concept is no different from when you invest in the warrant. The exercise price or the conversion price we fix as 12 cents. Currently, if the market price is about 28 cents, when you minus you compare with 12 cents, basically I'm sharing with you that there's a difference of 14 cents. You know that the PA going to issue at deep discount. A discount of 28 against 12, you're talking about 57% discount, number one. Number two, the PA is issued at deeply at the we call in the money. In the money, it means that if today you already pay 1 cent, and because the conversion price is about 12 cents, compared with the market price of 28 cents, the common sense will tell you 28 minus 12, probably the value of PA can go up as high as 16 cents, maybe, depend on supply and demand of the market force at that time. So when a PA issue at a deep discount and in the money, probably there's something that was your consideration. In order to do conversion, there's 2 ways, very simple. Some of them say, look, I will take 12 PA, I will surrender the 12 PA to the company, you will convert to have 1 ordinary share. It's 12 to 1. Well, some of them say, no. I just want to surrender 1 RCPS. I pay the difference of 11 cents. 1 RCPS or 1 PA plus 11 cents, your cost, then with that, you have 1 ordinary share. So basically, everything is kept by 12 cents. So can we have the next slide? Okay. The next slide to say that these Ni Hsin resources, because currently we have about 300 million share, based on the ratio for 2 for 1, the company should issue, say, about 600 million of the PA. We still have another 300 million. Why? Because the company have outstanding warrant B about 150 million. Assuming all the warrant B will convert to become ordinary share, based on warrant B of 150 million, we should issue another 300 million of PA. At this moment, the conversion or exercise for the warrant to the mother share is not very high, because when we first issue warrant about 158 million, now we have about 133 million outstanding. It means the people who exercise warrant not much. Therefore, you can count that the number of PA at the end issue will be around 600 million based on 300 million ordinary share. With this issue price of 1 cent, the tenure is about 5 years. With these 5 years, two things you ask. The first thing is, hey, will you pay dividend? Yes. For every $1 of the PA you already invest in the company will pay you a 3% preference share dividend paid to you at the end of the year. And this is slightly different from other PA in account. Most of the PA in account, they were structured in a way called irredeemable convertible. It means that from the day one, you can't redeem at all. You must be convert everything to become ordinary share. Whereas for the Ni Hsin, I think with a very good confidence and a good balance sheet company have, the company have the option on the year number 5. If the company have earned enough and have a lot of the cash reserve, we can choose to redeem, assuming that we only issue 600 million of PA multiple by 1 cent, 6 million. At the end of the 5 year, year number 5, we can pay back the 6 million to all the preference shareholder and we redeem it. Or in the event that if we don't redeem, it will be automatically convert to become ordinary share of the company. So what we are trying to say that is, sometimes you buy something 5 years ago, 5 years later, you can't remember what is the term and condition. Don't worry. The PA will not be suddenly missing from your CDS account. It will convert based on the ratio of 12 PA become 1 mother share. Today you have 12 million of PA. Tomorrow you wake up, you still have 1 million of mother share. So it will not be like warrant if you don't exercise, totally burn. It will become the mother share automatically, automatic conversion. Okay, the next slide. There is more or other term and condition. I will not run through it in the detail. When you have the full presentation slide of 70 pages, we already include all the important information you need to know. Let's go to the slide. What is the utilization of this RCPS? This slide we can skip. Okay. In view of the time, I try not to cover too many slides. Utilization in the sense that in the event of minimum subscription, we are working on the assumption that 300 million of outstanding share probably is only 3 million will be subscribed. This subscriber will be the Mr. Koo himself. He give the undertaking, he will subscribe at least 50% of all the PA, which will be equal to about 300 million or ringgit 3 million. In the event, all the warrant exercise and everybody want to subscribe the PA, the maximum will be raised is 9.6 million ringgit or 960 million of PA. With the money we raise can be ranged from 3 million to be 9.6 million maximum, assuming it's only 600 million of PA issue, the company can raise 6 million ringgit. The 6 million ringgit is good enough to cater for the spending we need, say about 6.55 million. That is a capital expenditure we spend for like production line, the lab, the equipment, the marketing. I will not go through detail one by one because those documents you can read either from the ECM circular, which you issue say about in November, or in the event, if you are the Ni Hsin shareholder, you will receive the average prospectus who have give you exactly the same detail. All document you can download from stock exchange. Let's go to the more important thing, the date of the PA. Lady and gentlemen, I come to a very important part. If I am the shareholder of the Ni Hsin, or I am the investor for Ni Hsin, do bear in mind the X date for your entitlement is on the 4th of February 2021, X date. It means that if you own the mother share and you want to subscribe for the PA, you should hold all your mother share until 3rd of February, 5 p.m. You cannot sell. The next day, if you want to sell some share, by all means, you may want to do it, you can go ahead. Or if you wish to entitle for the PA, you must start buy the Ni Hsin share now. The last day for you to buy the share will be 3rd of February. If you buy on 4th of February after the X day, you are not entitled to subscribe for the PA anymore. That's very important. The second thing is after that, the next date will be 8 and to 16 of 2021. It's the trading of the PR. It means trading of the preference share right. Preference share right, it means provision allotment form or PAL form. Okay, there's two scenarios. Scenario number one, I entitled for let's say I have owned 1 million of the Ni Hsin share. I entitled to buy 2 million of PA. But I feel they're very lazy. Around Chinese New Year, don't want to do all these things. I want to sell my PR. Then I call my dealer, I call my remiser, I sell my PR. So I forego my right. I don't want to subscribe. But at the same time, there's a lot of investors say, yes, he is selling away his right. I want to buy the PR. You can start trading in the market. It means that you call your dealer, say, there's anybody who sell the Ni Hsin PR? How much now? 8 cents, 10 cents? Okay, I want to buy. I want to buy as many as possible. When you buy the PR, it means that you are entitled, you have the right to subscribe for PA. By the way, PR is stand for preference share right. It doesn't stand for the meaning of permanent resident. Okay. Next, after you already have that, now you must remember, after the Chinese New Year, you collect a lot of ang pao. Whether the ang pao is the physical money or the electronic ang pao, then people e-wallet send you a lot of ang pao. Quickly withdraw the cash, go to the bank and buy the bank draft, and make sure you make the payment to the share registrar before 23rd of February. 23rd of February is the last day of payment. Must remember to pay the money. If you entitle or you buy the PR, you must make sure you fill in the form, buy the bank draft, and do the submission. Some of the people very funny. When they buy the PR or they entitle, they sit there and they do nothing. They thought they will have PA. Never. You must pay money. For every PA, 1 cent is 10 ringgit. What could you do with 10 ringgit? You go to Starbucks. The Starbucks say, sorry, nowadays, one coffee also 12 ringgit, 10 ringgit. No coffee for you. So better you buy the PA. After you pay the payment, two scenarios. First, I entitled for 2 million. I only subscribe for 2 million. But at the same time, I very bullish of this PA. I think I want to apply asset share. Asset share, it means that I want to apply another 10 million of PA. The same thing, I must make buy the bank draft and make the payment before 23rd of February. Okay, I entitled to buy 2 million. That definitely is a done deal. I apply for asset share of 10 million. I may or may not get it. By the 2nd of March, the announcement will say that, okay, you apply another 10 million. So sorry, the response is overwhelming. The most we can give you only 500,000. So it means I only have 2 million plus 500,000, 2.5 million. After that, I wait on the 8th of March 2021 is the listing day of the PA. So what will be the price of the price trading of the PA? I don't know much. I only know that I pay 1 cent. I look on the market. How come the mother share still remain at 26 cents and not going up, not coming down? Okay, 26 cents compared with my commercial price of 12 cents. Maybe the PA can go higher, say about 12 plus 14 become 26, possible. So that will be the thing that I can share with you indirectly how all this date is very important for everyone. We go to the next slide. The chain of shareholding to say that, as mentioned by Mr. Khoo, early day, he's a substantial shareholder who owns 5% together with the director. But more important is majority of the shares owned by minority shareholder, public investor like you and me, about 94%. Over the year, he had increased his shareholding from 5% to about 9.55% until the latest 1st of June 2020, he owned about close to 27. The latest circular show he owned about 29%. You can make it like 30%. The balance of 70% is owned by retailer like you and me. The idea for us to run this presentation also to educate everyone and let you know more about this company, because you are our shareholder, you are our potential customer in the long run for all the product, whether cookware, whether coffee, except the Convex mirror. But sometimes you buy Convex mirror unless you think that you want to monitor somebody besides CCTV. Okay, next slide. Into the warrant, we know that quite a number of you are the warrant holder. We also take this opportunity to update all the warrant holder. You're talking about 88% warrant owned by retailer like you and me, about 10%, about 9.58% owned by Mr. Koo. I think with this, I try to end my presentation first. I'll hand over to Mintek for further question. Mintek, you have any further question?
Yep. So I understand that actually Ni Hsin right now existingly also already have warrant. So you have the warrant, and then after that you have this PA thing again. So will it dilute the existing warrant holder?
Okay. When you talk about the warrant, can you please pull out the warrant presentation slide? Okay. What we need to do is about 2019, the company issued a 1-for-2 free warrant for all the warrant holder. I mean, for all the shareholder. At that time, it's free warrant. It means you don't need to pay a single cent. In order for the warrant holder, you need to make the slide bigger. Okay. Go back to the Kanta, you go back to the warrant slide, not this slide. Okay. This warrant had been issued in back that time about we are talking about the exercise price 13.8 cent. The two concepts will become here. The first number one is the out of 158 million, near about 2 million exercise, as the date of our EGM circular is 156 million outstanding. This EGM circular you can download from stock exchange. You will issue before the EGM. When as a warrant shareholder, now the company issue additional share due to right issue, your warrant holder wealth has been affected. How could company compensate you? Let's go through this calculation. This calculation in the next slide show that number one, the company need to issue additional 37 million warrant. Basically, the mathematics is 156 million multiplied by 0.24. It will derive the number of 37 million. It means that yesterday in your CDS account, you have about 153 warrant. Tomorrow wake up, you will have 153 plus another 37. Because when we dilute, we give you additional warrant in your CDS account. The next one is adjusted of the warrant B exercise price. The adjustment of exercise price, according to this calculation formula, you calculate about 5 cents. It means that yesterday, when you want to exercise the warrant, for every warrant, you need to pay 13.8 cents in order to convert to become a mother share. After this exercise, it will adjust lower down to about 5 cents. Because this calculation using the market price about 22 cents, I don't want to complicate the matter. I will say that because the market price now already go out, say about 28 cents, probably the exercise price will lower down to maybe 6 cents. In a simple word, today is 13.8 cents. 13.8 cent exercise price, tomorrow will be 6 cents. So with this, you will spend less money in order to exercise the warrant. This is a balancing in order to compensate and reward the warrant holder who continue stay back with the company. I think with that, I already answered that question. Me take hand over back to you.
Okay, I guess the final question from me will be on the coffee industry, right? Maybe you can share with us, right? What is the thing that makes you want to get into this coffee industry? What potential do you see in that? Maybe this question is for Mr. Tan or Mr. Koo, whoever wants to answer.
Please let me run through the this industry presentation. Later, I'll get Mr. Koo to add in additional, because in view of the time, I try to catch the maximum audience who stay back with us. This presentation slide is talking about the coffee industry. You can get this copy from Mintek as well. He will share with everyone. First and number one, the coffee we are talking about is talking about immunity boosting coffee. According to the survey by different market research company, it should be grow from about 830 billion in 2019 to about 1 trillion by 2023. During the COVID-19, you see, in the past, we simply eat anything. We simply consume everything. When the COVID-19 mutate become COVID 2021, people start cautious about, can you take something nutritional? Can you give something that give you bioenergy? So these things get more important in your daily life. In the past, how many of you go to pharmacy to buy vitamin C, buy all the immunity medication? Don't care, I just eat all the fatty food. But today, you make sure you stay safe, you stay healthy. It's not because you want to fight against the neighbor, because you want to fight against something you cannot see but can kill you anytime, any day. The name called COVID-19 or coronavirus. So this coffee also play a role in the immunity, number one. Equally, there's a strong demand for this functional coffee from the survey. The next slide. The next slide, we're talking about the shipping of the coffee industry, in the sense that in the past, given the choice, you and me would like to go to Starbucks, we like to go to Coffee Bean to hang around. Why you want to hang around with Starbucks, Coffee Bean, San Francisco Coffee? First, we go there because they got a lot of beautiful girl, a lot of handsome guy. We also want to be cool. We want to sit there. Because people know we are the trendy people who sit in Starbucks also. We want the beautiful girl and handsome guy to witness and notice we are there. Therefore, some chemistry and spark can come out. But today, given the choice, you want to expose yourself, go outside. Oh, better no. I think tapao or call take away. Quickly take away and run home. Why? Because you don't want to be infected by the virus. You don't want to be too close, too many humans, too crowded population. So it will come to two things. First, delivery to your house, whether Grab Food, Food Panda, Bungus, all kind of delivery. Second is because the behavior change. Besides we rely on delivery, the concept nowadays will be, I'm not able to consume this kind of espresso, specialty coffee, cappuccino, latte, but I still want to have this kind of coffee at my home. Therefore, what could I do? Next slide. The next slide talk about the benefit of the coffee. Currently, the coffee consumption for the Malaysian is still less. We're talking about 1.4 kg per capita. It means that one whole year, the total coffee you drink, you put all the coffee powder together and don't throw away, it's only 1.4 kg. Compared with developed country, I'm talking about 3 kg, 4 kg and so over. And the benefit of the coffee were quite a lot, like can stop from heart attack, reduce the diabetes, increase, boost your immunity. Besides, make you awake, you can't sleep very well. But don't worry, if you drink coffee, you cannot sleep. Please read all the presentation slides from the Ni Hsin. Very interesting, very exciting. It will definitely make you tired, you'll fall asleep. Okay, now that's a joke only. But more important is the benefit of the coffee we are talking here. We are not talking about sachet coffee. What is sachet? Sachet means the 3-in-1 pack. 3-in-1 pack, currently you have a lot of players in the town, like Super Coffee, Old Town. You're talking about Power Roof. You're talking about all these 2-in-1, 3-in-1, 4-in-1, 5-in-1, 6-in-1, all-in-one. Okay, so those are the sachet. We are talking about different class of coffee. We are talking about freshly brewed coffee, whether by using the different bun coffee machine or Itari coffee machine, like what you experience in the Starbucks and artisan coffee. And this part of coffee is more consumed by youngster. I think you ask your grandfather or you yourself, hey, drink coffee, 15 ringgit, 1 cup. Crazy, I go kopitiam, 2 ringgit only, no. Kopi o kau. But you talk to the young people, from 15 years old to 30 years old, they want to hang around, not 2 ringgit, 20 ringgit, because for them, the enjoyment of the espresso is not only about, we're talking about the coffee itself, but the experiencing. But now with this kind of scenario, what could we do? Next slide. Next slide say that nowadays it's very famous. Stay at home, sleep at home, eat at home, drink at home. So it's not is everything at home. Why? Because we cannot go too far and do anything we want. It's not because of MCO alone. It's because we worry about the coronavirus. Therefore, we create this called capsule coffee machine. It's very convenient, easier for you to brew a cup of coffee. You can enjoy the same amount of like espresso, americano, and so on. But yet, you take away the trouble to wash the whole coffee machine. If you have a coffee machine, you brew 10 cup of coffees for all the family member, it worth the effort. But if only brew 1 cup of coffee, you spend another half an hour to wash the coffee machine, you get a bit tired. You don't have the stamina. The capsule coffee, I think most of you may see this before. It means that you just press what you need to do. You just need to have the machine. You just need to have the water. You just need to have the electricity. You can make this cup of coffee. And the concept, what Mr. Koo shared with everyone will be maybe no different from like Astro on the go. In the past, you want to watch TV program, you must stay home. Today, Astro say bring your iPad anywhere you go, you can watch the TV program. And we designed this coffee machine. It's called Coffee on the Go. You can put it in the office, in the college, in the school, in your own cubicle office, in your house, in the garden, everywhere, as long as we have electricity supply. Therefore, the change of the consumer behavior affected by the virus, affected by the whole scenario and the convenience, create a new demand and stronger demand for this market. Next slide. The next slide to show that this industry is going to grow by about 10.6%. For this capsule coffee, you're going to grow like from 2.6 billion US dollar to about 5.9 billion US dollar by the year of 2025. The next chart to show you that the capsule coffee is the coffee maker, and we need a coffee maker easier to use and wider variety. Please bear in mind, if you are the person who always go to kopitiam to spend 2 ringgit, it's different for the people who willing to spend 10 to 15 ringgit for a cup of the freshly brewed coffee. Instead of using very complicated coffee machine, we make it, we call a lazy man coffee machine, easier for you to use. The second part, we have to bear in mind that is the target were different from the 3-in-1 coffee. 3-in-1 coffee is you can bring anywhere as long as you got hot water, you just make it yourself. Definitely, it's a 2 different market, 2 different kind of consumer. The story always say, all the beautiful girl look the same, but the inner part of the every beautiful girl would never be the same. Okay. So with that, I would like to hand over to Mr. Koo. He may have more interesting story to share with everyone. Get that, we can off the slide.
Okay, well, Mr. Tan, I think you have learned so much about coffee, and as you know, everybody that coffee, everybody drinks. One day, minimum 1 cup, unless the person don't like coffee at all. So coffee market is a very big market. It's every day people consume, more than we drink tea. You know, I went to China in the 1990s. During that time, not many Chinese people drink coffee. They only drink tea, green tea. Every day you bring a Nescafe bottles, put tea leaf inside, keep on pouring hot water. Then after you drink coffee, coffee is not nice. But today, after almost 20 years, China is the biggest coffee consumption in the world because of the population. And almost all the youngsters, all the so-called the millennial group, they all drink coffee. They just everywhere. They just have a cup of coffee. It becomes their lifestyle. It's a habit. So therefore, I say coffee is a very, very huge market. But again, there are also many, many players outside. It all depends on how we so-called capture a little bit of the market share. Just a little bit of the market share. Cantonese said, Hokkien said, "Jabelia already," also cannot finish. Thank you, and pass it back to you, Ming Teh.
Okay, Yap Sing, you said you have something to share with my audience regarding the case study on the RCPS, right? And
Yes, correct.
how investors can make money from that.
Oh, I would not use the word how to make money because it may trigger some SC requirement. I would say that we would like to do it as a case study for education purpose. Katie, I do need you to pull out the slide. You see, this is the first time Ni Hsin issued a PA. The company had the past experience issued like warrant A, warrant B before, but never had PA. Probably some of the investors will say, look, okay, you don't have the sport car, you don't have the Ferrari. Can you share with me your neighbor who have Ferrari and sport car? How do they perform? So we look around. There's one neighbor called Nova MSC. Nova MSC did announce the called ICPS, irredeemable convertible preference share, on the basis of 843. The whole process from the day they announced until they complete, it took them about 3 months to complete. From the days of announcement, it will be like 25th of November 2019. Probably slightly lacking of the promotional activity. On the 19th March 2020, the subscription rate is only 50%. The other reason also, if you do remember, 19 March is the day that is called T+1. What's T+1? MCO day plus number 1. MCO start on 18th of March 2020. We always remember. So at that time, if you do remember, the share market performance is one of the tougher. If the subscription slightly lower, is unreasonable. Nobody able to see the future at that time, including the Nova MSC subscriber. It was completed on 26th of March. At that time, it's still MCO. Let me take a look what happened to their share price. The next slide will show that. And on the day the PA was listed, the share price about 3 cents. And as the share market become more bullish, more liquidity, the share price of Nova MSC has been performing from 3 cents, gradually moving out to about today about 8 cents. 8 cents divided by 3 cents, it looked like it make about 160 to 170% return. That is super wonderful. 170% return. But when you take a look, if you don't know much about the PA, you subscribe to PA, 10 ringgit is equal to 1 cent over the time. When the share price of Nova MSC perform, the 1 cent you buy the PA now becomes 6 cents. 6 cents compared with 1 cent, the return is about 500%. That is incredible. Okay, the next one we are going to study the case is a big blue chip company called Sunway. The next slide. When we mention Sunway, we always remember Sunway is a big conglomerate. We say Sunway, Sunway, the sun is on the way. The name itself already so strong. They did issue also not the ordinary share, but ICPS 145 in order to raise the money as part of their right issue exercise. Probably Sunway will take slightly longer time to complete the whole exercise, about 7 months. From the day they start, announced 27th of May, until the day they complete 8th of December. The name of Sunway itself already have a lot of supporters. On the 2nd of December 2020, the subscription rate is about 100%. It means that everyone want to subscribe for Sunway PA. It's not priced as 1 cent, priced as 1 ringgit. Okay. On the 8th, it has been listed on the stock exchange. Let's take a look the share price performance of Sunway again the PA. On the day the Sunway PA was listed on the stock exchange is about early of December. We are talking about 2 months ago. The share price about 150. Today also about 150 lah. It's actually not going up, not coming down. If the share price not coming out, not coming down, what will happen to the PA? When we take a look on the Sunway PA, if you pay 1 ringgit for the PA, the PA price is still around not too bad, 118, 123, around 120. On surface, it looks like you only make 20% return when you subscribe Sunway PA of 1 ringgit. But Sunway PA does pay you the this called preference share dividend, about 5.25. They split into 2 semi-annual. If you do compound interest calculation, it's about 5.5%. Basically, if you invest in the Sunway PA, 1 ringgit, you make 20% return plus 5% dividend, so about 25%. How long this? About 2 months ago. It's not too bad. So let me do a conclusion. The conclusion is no matter how good our calculator, whether you use the scientific calculator, financial calculator, or pasar malam calculator, you may not able to beat the calculator from share market called crowd computing. Nova PA 5 years, Sunway PA also 5 years. In terms of subscription rate, it will look like Nova MSC timing a bit out during MCO, only about 50% subscription rate, compared with Sunways during, I think December is about RMCO recovery already. So it's about 100% subscription rate. But when in terms of return, when you invest in Nova MSC 1 cent, it becomes 6 cents or 6.5 cents. Your return is about 500% to 550%. When you invest in the Sunway, it's very stable, very strong company. You invest at 1 ringgit, and today your return is about 20% plus another 5% from preference share dividend. So when it comes to the Ni Hsin, the PA is about 5 years, okay, and we almost going to completion the deal very soon already. X-Date on the 4th. Subscription rate, how much we don't know yet. We hope we can get a full subscription rate. Listing date already fixed 8th of March 2021. The starting point is about 1 cent. How much is the return? Probably a lot of calculation need to be done, and also depend on the market supply demand force on the day of listing, 8th of March 2021. It gives people a lot of room of imagination what will happen next. I think with this, we hope this presentation will act as an education series, no buy, no sell call. At the same time, always remember the bigger disclaimer, the past performance is not indicative of the future grantee performance. It's just as a guide only. That is people always say, the lecturer will say, in the past, all my students score straight A, but don't guarantee you come to my tuition class, you also top student. That is the core disclaimer. Okay, I think with that, I hand over back to Bing Teck. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I think it's been a very comprehensive presentation. You cover a lot of segments, especially on the details of the PA. I think it's a bit difficult for a lot of people to really understand and grasp at the first time. So maybe you can use the recording if you are, if you decide to subscribe or to trade, right? You can use the recording as a reference to give you an understanding how it works. And this may be a little bit, mathematical, especially when we are talking about the PA. But for those that know how, right, it can prove to be a very interesting program for you. So right now I have a question from Ahmad asking a very popular question, which is with the current emphasis on ESG, right? Is there any plan to make the cup biodegradable or compostable for the coffee?
Okay. I'd like to answer this question. Of course, initially, when we, for the start, we will start off with our capsule is not biodegradable. Of course, we have plans later on to move into biodegradable capsule. Currently, we're going to produce capsule in aluminium material, which is of the highest grade, similar to some of the big brands that are still using aluminium. But we encourage we're going to encourage our customer to recycle, so-called, put it back in the waste recycling bag and send it back to us after using the aluminium capsule.
Okay. That's a good reply. Jimmy is asking, will the Ni Hsin market share be adjusted after the exit because there will be dilution in the market? So will the Ni Hsin market share price drop during the exit?
Probably I will take this question. It will be, I will show the calculation. Later, Mintek will post, he will post a calculation on the Facebook and the process of typing. To make it easier, you will be Mintek need to mute the mic so it goes out. Okay. What we need to do is I make it very simple for everyone. If the share price about 26 cents, 28 cents, the X date, the adjusted price will be minus 2 cents. So 28 will drop to 26. If 26 will drop to 24 on the X date. If the share price go out to say about 30 cents to 32 cents, probably the adjusted price can be say about 3 cents, around there, 3 cents. Okay. If the share price can go up to 38 to 40 cents, the X date, the adjusted price will minus about 4 cents. Okay. Okay. Now I make it a bit mathematical. Today, the market price 28 cents. X price you minus 2 cents, 26. You look like okay 26 again my exercise price of 12 cents, but still got a 14 cent difference. It look like still can dip in money. Tomorrow, the share price is 40 cents. After the X day, he dropped to 36 cents. You say, 40 cents become 36 cents. I lose 4 cents. Terrible. But bear in mind, no, 36 cents compared with your 12 cent exercise price, the margin become very fat already. 36 minus 12 equal to how much? 24. So you lose on the left hand, you gain back on the right hand. This is the call like today I give you 10 apple and 6 oranges. Tomorrow I give you 12 oranges, I will give you 2 apple. So it's just adjustment, balancing only. I will type one based on the 28 cents, but the rest you can do the calculation yourself. Basically, you're talking about in order to convert to one mother share, you need 12 RCPS. So it will be 12 times 1 cent plus 6 times market price 28 cents equal to 7 times theoretical X right price. When you do a simple mathematics, you will come out the answer. I will type the answer, Mintek will post it. Okay, thanks.
Okay. Yeah. So, is there any question? If there's no more question from the half hour in, Yap Sing, do you have any closing words, or Mr. Koo, any closing remark?
Mr. Tan, do you want to close first? Then okay.
Mr. Koo, you say something first, easier for you.
Okay. Well, thank you very much to all the audience that listened to my talk. This is the first time I on so-called live talk, and I hope that you like my talk, and hopefully next time I can give another talk. But we're going to organize one more probably after the X, the share, the X of the mother shares, maybe before the subscription starts. I mean, giving money, so that to give you the updates of our business. For me, very clear. Actually, I'm a businessman. I will try my best to turn around Ni Hsin, make it profitable, and to reward the shareholders accordingly. Of course, everyone wants to have dividends and all this. Again, you can see the track record. I have so the board of directors have given dividend in lieu of treasury shares. In fact, 2 years ago, we gave out or we returned the treasury shares to the shareholders of Ni Hsin, and it's quite generous. We gave away almost 20 million of treasury shares. So for shareholders for anyone who's not our shareholders, Ni Hsin, with my vision and my vision, I hope that Ni Hsin will be a global corporation. Thank you very much. Thank you. Back to you, Mintek.
Okay. Thank you very much. Mintek, I will do the closing. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining today with this talk. We shall end by around 10 o'clock. I would like to share with everyone a few things. Ni Hsin, despite the financial performance, will be slightly facing a challenging for the past few years. What you need to do is take a look at the balance sheet in our presentation slide. It's very strong. Take a look at the cash flow. It's well managed. It's not to the extent that the company not performing. With the cash the company have in hand, what could we do and what could the company do to fully capitalize on today's scenario? People stay at home yet want to enjoy the coffee and capitalize on the trend and change of the human and consumer behavior and see any business can build out there. The second part of the question here is about, as Mr. Koo mentioned, beside the company pay the treasury share, the share dividend species, about 3 years ago, 2019, about 2 years ago, the company did reward all the shareholder free warrant 1 for 2. Today, almost 2020, because of the time cross to 2021, the company again try to directly and indirectly reward the shareholder with the right issue with a deep discount. We are talking about redeemable preference share. Instead of issue ordinary share, RCPS is something that it may warrant your study to see how do you tag along and grow together with the company. More importantly, some of you are the person who like to drink coffee, and some are the person who totally don't drink coffee. They only like to drink the tea forever, but yet they want to invest in the coffee counter. Many years ago, if you are the investor in share market, there were a few counters you can invest. Old Town, Super Group, Super Coffee, Power Roof. But today, when you take a look, both Singapore and Malaysian Stock Exchange, actually not many coffee counter you can invest. Save for the Power Roof is very strong in the halal market. In terms of their 3-in-1 coffee, 4-in-1 coffee, because sachet coffee. Probably Ni Hsin is the other counter that you may want to pay attention. They are captured for not the Oriental coffee, more Western coffee culture. If you feel that is something that the capsule coffee will catch the trend, is something that created by the Ni Hsin? No. If you understand in the mid-90s, when the first Starbucks and Coffee Bean came to Malaysia, we say crazy. How can you spend 10 ringgit to drink coffee? Fast track to today, 25 years later. It's very common. Not only people hang around with the Starbucks Coffee Bean, it's also very common. Grab Food, Food Panda deliver the coffee to your office, to the doorstep. The whole coffee culture already turned slightly more mature in Malaysia, to the certain extent that a few of us go to this and spend 50, 60 ringgit, just 3% drink of coffee. So it's unimaginable if this could happen in the past, but it become a norm. Now the capsule coffee come on board to say that if I can replace your basic desire, your basic need, yet with a lower cost, the convenient, and this is the area that the company will face some competition, like maybe from like Nestle, Espresso, Aristo, or maybe from other player like Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. In every business, all have competition. Can you find me a business never have competition? Never ever you're able to do it. The only thing is Mr. Koo and the team would like to apply their own technical know-how, what he know in the F&B world, to capture and grow this business, become a new revenue or even profit contributor to the company in the long run. If you are the person who are patient enough to take a longer view for the company, if Ni Hsin become another coffee counter, that will be another re-rating come on board along the way. Investing is about what you see in the future beside what you see on today. It's just like when we invest in the Mintek, what we see is not the Mintek of today. What we see, Mintek will become the US president of tomorrow. So Mintek is a time to say, congratulations to you. You will become president soon. Back to you, Mintek.
Okay, I think it's been a very good sharing and a very comprehensive sharing. So I hope everyone here that wants to figure out more about what is Ni Hsin and what Ni Hsin does and what's the future for Ni Hsin, you've already gotten the answer, right? And I hope from here on, if you have any more questions, right, I will send you the slide at my Telegram channel. You can join the Telegram channel at t.me/savvy. You can download the slides here and you can use it as a reference, right? Again, There's no recommendation to buy or sell, simply to make you more informed on the information of all these companies, especially Ni Hsin and the corporate exercise. I think it's a very interesting new learning and new experience and new field for us to look into. So with that, I will conclude today's presentation. Thank you everyone for joining in and tuning in all the way to the end. Have a good evening and have a happy Thaipusam tomorrow.